Would you like to go riding in my Buick 59? Buick 59, Buick 59. Would you like to go riding in my Buick 59? Buick 59, Buick 59. Well, I'm telling you people that the riding's mighty fine. Buick 59, Buick 59. Got an 8-cylinder motor and a jet.
So whose truck is this?
It's mine.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know?
Because of the place up.
Let's go look. That's got your name on it.
Uh-huh.
Does that mean it's your truck?
Yeah.
Well, good. What's it doing here, honey?
I wanted to bring it here because the Summer Nights was canceled.
Oh, how is business?
Good.
Good. And do you make a lot of money?
Yeah.
Oh, well, good. So everybody can show off their hot rods and have a lot of fun with us, right? And come and see you and get free ice cream.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
Let's ask Danger.
Hey, thanks, Karl and Peyton. Nice dance moves by you guys over at Karl's house, getting us in the mood for some ice cream and kicking off Summer Nights for 2020.
Hey, it's Danger from Nash FM 97.3. Thanks for joining us for our first ever virtual Summer Nights. You know, normally we'd be over at Karl Kustoms. We'd have a lot full of awesome cars, delicious food, great music, and great prizes. But given our uncertain circumstances right now, we figured we would do the next best thing and bring you a virtual Summer Nights from the comfort of your phone or computer. We've got some great things happening tonight. First, we'll take you through the shop at Karl Kustoms and show you what they're up to. Then, we'll take you to Carl Moyer's own personal garage. You'll get a one-of-a-kind look at his personal collection, and believe me, you're gonna wanna stick around for that. After that, we held a little coloring contest on our Facebook page, and we'll show off the best ones, and you'll be able to pick a winner here tonight. Finally, we'll take a little drive inside Karl Kustoms' custom Camaro, and I'm told this thing has 1,000 horsepower, so we'll get it revved up and see what it's got. And don't forget, we want to hear from you tonight. Fill up the chat during our stream with photos of your cars and projects you're working on. We want to see it all. So let's get to it. We're going to send you over to Clint, and we're going to find out what's going on over at Karl Kustoms.
Hey guys, this is Clint Quisenberry. We're over here at Karl Kustoms. We've got Bob with us today. He's going to give us a tour of Karl Kustoms, show everything that we're capable of doing, and also some projects we got going on. So we're going to go on beyond these doors here and check out the upholstery department. Alrighty, so in here is the upholstery department. What type of stuff do we do in here, Bob?
We do everything from convertible tops to complete interiors, interior repair. I believe this vehicle here, that Corvette's getting some door panels replaced, and it got the seats replaced. Dennis right now is working on a couple custom interiors. This is what Dennis is putting together. These will be seat backs, Dennis?
Yes.
These will be the seat backs that'll be put on a seat that we're building out here in the custom shop.
So in here, we'll go into the custom shop. In here, we do all sorts of different things. What are we all capable of in here, Bob?
Well, we're capable of doing everything from superchargers to turbochargers to pro chargers to building a whole complete motor. We'll do cam shaft swaps, heads, intake, any of that type of work. Right now we've got a couple cars in here that are in here. One's in here for cam and headers, and we're sending a supercharger out to get ported out to make more boost.
So we can do a lot of late model stuff, but we can also work on a lot of the older cars as well. What types of things do you see a lot of guys bringing their older vehicles in here for?
The older vehicles are coming in, well, they've been done for quite a few years. What I'd say they're probably done 40 years ago. So what we're doing now to some of these vehicles that come in here, we're updating them with new wiring, air conditioning. Almost all of them have heating problems back then, so we correct that. We're putting radiators in them. just doing stuff to make them more modern and people so they can enjoy driving them. This is a 1940 Ford that we're doing. This is a complete ground-up restoration with a Morrison frame, custom interior. This car has a flathead, big old-time, it's called an ardent-headed flathead. So it's a pretty neat motor. Right now we're in the middle of, we're going to reshape the hood to make it fit, correct the body lines up front, and then we're not too far away from sending this one to the paint booth. The Camaro is here for a camshaft and a supercharger upgrade, where we take the customer brings us a car, we take the supercharger off, we send it to a company, and they actually take it and port the supercharger out to get more power out of it. And then over here on this 50 Chevy, these folks are from up in northern Iowa. This gal's probably my age, and she's had the car since she was, I think, 30 years old, so she's had it for quite a while. And Jake here is in the middle of putting new wiring, new brake pedal in it so it'll stop. We're also doing new radiator, new throttle linkage. It's got a crate engine in it. We didn't install the crate engine, but it was brought to us, and they had it at another shop, and they weren't happy with the work, so we were lucky enough to get them down here. This car was brought to us to, it had body work done to it, and we had to match the paint, and if you can't see it on the camera, it's a candy apple color, so it's really hard to match, but we were pretty lucky and we got it pretty close, so we're happy with that. The Nova that we have sitting here, it's here for a tune. Robbie's gonna tune that. This is a car that we've never seen here before, but it has a customer put on his own Holly Dominator fuel injection system. This truck here that's up on the hoist here, this is a truck that we did a lot of work to, and the customer is now requesting he wants to put bigger wheels and tires on the front of it, so that's what we're doing here. We measured it for wheels, and then customers ordered them this afternoon, and hopefully we'll have them by the end of the week. And we have it going on in our paint booth here. This is Ed and Rick. Ed's our main painter, and Rick is buffer and masker, and we got a Camaro or a Mustang in here for complete paint. This Mustang was brought to us also for it had the brakes updated, and then we did a complete paint job on this Mustang here. And it's done and ready to be delivered. Sitting over here, we got an IROC Z that a customer had that was sitting out in a field. They've been parked there for over 12 years. And basically when we got it, we had to pressure wash the whole thing inside and out. And now we got to get it running and get it drivable again. This Camaro here, it was brought to us for a transmission change and a rear end change. And it's another one. I believe we're waiting for a drive shaft for it, and then it's be going home. This Trans Am here, this is a neat car. I think it's a 79 Trans Am. Customer brought it to us he wasn't happy with the engine. Well, the engine was actually knocking, so we pulled the motor out and took it over to our machine shop and having it rebuilt. Let's go into the body shop for a minute. This is a 1950 Chevy, or 54, convertible that we're doing for a customer. And it's getting completely stripped, and we're gonna street rod this car. It's sitting on a Morrison frame with an LS motor. And hopefully, believe it or not, we'll have this on the road here, hopefully in about 3 months. This Corvette came to us. It's a little spillover from next door. I had these guys helping on it. Customer had this car, I think, since it was new. And it came to us new. It was in really rough shape. So we're doing the motor. As you can see, we've completely redone the suspension. The customers opted for better brakes, better handling. So he's stepped up to the whole deal here. But when this car's done, it'll be better than new for him. This car here, this is a 70 GSX Buick. It's a really nice car. We did some body work to it, and we also overhauled the motor. So Dennis is in the middle of putting the motor together for it, putting it back in the car. Our machine shop did the motor, ran the motor on our dyno, and now he's putting it back in the car.
So Bob, this is a relatively new part of our business in here in this building. Can you kind of explain what we do in here?
Yes, what we got going on, we're doing a lot of commercial business for companies, trucks, vans, oil changes, any type of that stuff. We got a couple of vans going on. There's one over there right now that's getting partitions put in it. And it's one that's, it's a brand new truck, and Chris is upfitting the interior of it. Tool bins, tubing racks, whatever they need. We do the whole thing here.
This car here, Bob, things start getting better. You might see this at a bunch of car shows. What did we do with this Camaro here? Well,
this Camaro, we got this car. We were lucky enough to get it from the dealership and have a display vehicle for the stuff that we're doing down here. Now, this is just a little bit of the stuff that we're doing, but we built a really nice, this is a street driving, twin turbocharged, I believe it made a little over 1,000 horsepower at the rear wheels. The cars, we did it in conjunction with some of our vendors that we do business with. And like Clint said, hopefully this year our plans have kind of gotten off kilter with the virus that's going on, but we did some upfit to the interior. The motors, the motor's is a LME short block 416 cubic inch motor. The thing is, it's very fast. So we're anxious to get it out and to take it to events.
We've also got engine dyno and chassis dyno over here, so we'll head over to the all-wheel drive chassis dyno.
Robbie just got finished up with this one. This is a Camaro that came in, and this was a SEMA car that a local gentleman has it here, and I don't know what the whole story is with it, but it is a supercharged LS motor, and it came in for a few little tune-up items on the motor. Looks like he's getting ready, just putting on a motor here. This motor here would be a 602 crate engine. This would like be going in a stock car, hobby stock, something like that. But these motors, people will opt to have us break them in, start them, try different headers, try to get the most power out of them. But this is the easiest way to do this, is to come in here, let us break it in. If anything's going on with it, of course, this is where you bought it, so we can take care of it. This is I don't know where exactly this motor is going for sure, but it's an IMCA motor because we're also a designated IMCA repair facility, so we also do the repairs on these motors. This is a vintage racing engines like was used back in the early 50s. And the gentleman is a vintage racer, obviously, and we came in here for an overhaul, and he's trying to actually get this motor up to 500 horsepower. So hopefully later on this week, we'll see this on the dyno, and maybe we can invite you guys back over to see this.
We're here in the showroom here at Karl Kustoms. A lot of different parts and accessories. Bob, can you kind of walk us through what type of parts we offer?
Sure. We offer everything from the street rod vehicles to your race car, and even on your truck for accessories. We got a full line of accessories here for any make and model. So it doesn't make a difference what you drive. You can come here, and we got a lot of this stuff in stock, and a lot of stuff we can have within a day. So on the parts side of the business, we got everything from battery tenders. We sell performance batteries. We sell a lot of racing oil. Oil that you might see on TV and you wonder where to get, some Lucas oil or Penn grade oil, whatever. We stock that stuff here, and we can even put it in your car for you if that's what you wish to get done. We can change the oil here to do it. We got every kind of car chemical you could want to clean your car and to preserve your interior. We got wash products. We got everything from buckets to mitts to we sell polishers here. Just kind of a little bit of everything that you need to detail your car.
And along with all the parts and accessories we have, we also have GM crate engines, a huge wide variety as well. We showed the dirt track stuff earlier, but we've got all the street options, small block, LS, big block, a whole lot of everything. And the nice thing about kind of what we have going on is we can get you a crate engine, we can get you a carburetor or fuel injection system, your plugs, your plug wires, anything you need, we can, kind of get those complementary items for you as well.
This is a special built motor that we're selling now, where customers are requesting this type of motor to be put in their car. I believe this motor right here, this is a basic short block, but with the Whipple supercharger on it, which we can do, I think this motor is capable of making up to 1,400 horsepower. And primarily, we're putting those in Corvettes and Camaros.
So over here, Bob, I see we got some pretty cool classic cars and even a Copo. What are these doing in here?
Okay, these cars here, these are all for sale. We got a 1940 Ford here that we took in, and Karl took it in on trade, and we did a complete paint job on it, and it is a nice car. We got another one right over here, an old Merc that we've taken in at one of the vehicles that we got here, and it's got every piece of stainless and chrome that I think this car came with on it, and on top of that, it's a convertible. But very, very nice car. Nice driving cars. We got a hole here right now. We got a Copo Camaro that was sitting in there, and so if any of you folks that want to go drag racing, we can fix you up with that. If you'd like to have a 6-second car to race at Eddyville, or a 11-second car on the quarter mile, so we can help with anything. This is another car that we took in on trade. It had a few things wrong with it. We fixed them. Car drives good. It's got air conditioning. Everything works on the car. So yeah, this is something that Karl started probably about a year ago, and we've been pretty successful selling cars, the street rod stuff. And then, of course, we work on this type of stuff here, so we can help you with anything else that you'd like to add to it, or whatever you need. This is our truck wheels here. That we do a lot of lifted trucks here, and of course, these are the wheels that some we have in stock, or we can get right away for the trucks, or anybody that would want any type of wheel, from black to chrome to bronze to whatever you'd like.
We want to take the time to thank everyone for following us along on this tour. Hope you guys saw some stuff that you like. If anything sparked your interest, give us a call and we'll get you taken care of. And thanks, Bob, for showing us around, and come on in and see him, see the rest of the team. We'd be happy to help you out. So thanks again, guys. We appreciate you tuning in.
Hey, thank you very much, Clint. As you can tell, some awesome stuff taking place at Karl Kustoms. Don't forget, they are still open, available for drop-off, pickup. You can call ahead for parts, and they are always open at karlkustoms.com. Now, we're going to head over to Carl Moyers. He graciously opened up his garage doors to show us one of the most awesome custom build collections in the country. Carl is going to run us through a portion of those builds and give us some of the stories behind them as well.
How's it going, everybody? Tony from Karl Chevrolet. Welcome to Virtual Summer Nights. We're out here tonight with the boss, Karl Moyer, from where his new office has been for the last few weeks, given our current situation. And tonight, he's going to show us around some of his personal collection and some of his hot rods.
Thank you, Tony. And I'm going to take this opportunity to show you around and tell you a little bit about my own personal collection. And I'm going to go through and just talk a little bit about what we have here and how we got the things that we have here and some of the thought process that went behind what we're really doing here. This is really my paradise. I don't have a job. I'm on full-time vacation. I love what I do, and it's just kind of cool. I'm the luckiest guy in the world. So with that, I'm gonna go a little bit here in our surroundings and tell you some of the things that we've got. This truck right here is a 57 Cameo, very well done. In fact, it's, in my opinion, perfect. It's got a late model Z06 drivetrain in it, and of course all the power steering and air and all that stuff that's done to these cars nowadays. So that's a car right there I'm very proud of. The next car here in line is a 57 Chevrolet Bel Air two-door hardtop that we built in our own shop. And we built it for a very good friend of mine who has since passed. Ivan Tennyson was the gentleman that we built this car for. This car has got a LS7 dry-sumped fuel-injected motor in it. And it has a complete Mercedes-Benz interior. It has all the power options that would have came on this particular model of Mercedes-Benz, including the clock that you'll look at there, but it has the heated seats, the memory seats, all the stuff that would have been in a Mercedes of that model. This other 57 Chevy here came from the same gentleman. We built this car for him. This has got an LS3 motor in it with a 700 R4 transmission, power steering, power brakes, air conditioning. Both these cars have Art Morrison chassis under them. This next car here is one of the cars that's probably high on the list for me. It's a car that took a lot of time. That's a 15-year build. And that's a 56 Chevrolet convertible I bought in California. There's just so many things about this car that it just takes time. If you're going to build something like this, one of the things you have to have is the patience to sit and wait for all this fine detail to take place. Example, the bright work on this car, that's all copper. So you can buy copper in different sizes, different thicknesses, and so you buy a slab of copper, then have the machine work down to it and have it milled out. And one of the nice things about copper is it chromes up very well, and it's a good base for chrome work, and it really looks brilliant. Then on the inside of the car, a lot of detail you'll notice on the door panels. This is alligator. This is genuine alligator interior. Under the hood in this car is a Gale Banks 402 cubic inch twin turbocharged 815 horsepower small block. So this car will, it'll get it done going down the road. So it's a serious piece. Right next door here is an all original 56 Chevrolet convertible. The way this car started off new, that's the way that car is. Everything about that car is the way that Chevrolet built that car in 1956. Then we have right here, this is another car that we done in our shop. This is a 55 Bel Air convertible. This is a 56,000 mile, all original. When I bought the car, it was an original 56,000 mile car with a 6-cylinder motor in it. And now we have a Art Morrison chassis under this car. And it's got a 383 small block, which is a pretty incredible engine. Art Morrison chassis, power steering, air conditioning, power everything, windows, seat, all the nice things. And it really is a beautiful driving car. And also it runs like a rocket ship. Then also right here would be two very, very good, rare examples of Malibus. This one right here is a 1971 Malibu convertible, Chevelle convertible. And this is a, what they called back in the day, a factory brass hat car. And what that means is at the time, General Motors would allow a district manager or somebody who was in management capacity to order up whatever they wanted to drive. So they would normally order up the best of the best so that they had, whenever they were driving to do their job, they enjoyed what they were driving. This particular car has every stinking option that they offered back then. And it's got a 454 big block in it. The next car here is a very unusual car. This is a 396 4-speed car, 37,000 actual verified original miles. And that car is, you might think a no option car would devalue the car, but the car has no power steering, none of the power options, with the exception of the very unusual engine combination in this car, which is a 425 horsepower 396, which is very rare. And the fact that it is a 37,000 mile verifiable car, that's the actual miles. In fact, the fellow that bought that car new came to see it. He's an over-the-road truck driver, and he came to see the car and verified everything about the car. He lives over in Lincoln, Nebraska, so we was lucky enough to get a hold of him and got the history on that car. So we go over here, we look at a orange 1972 Chevelle, which is it's a radical old everything on that car. We done this in our shop. Everything on that car has been touched in some way and changed and modified. It's got an LS motor in it and all the power stuff. It's a pretty, like I say, a pretty intense build. And when you look up on the wall there, a lot of you are familiar with the old Riverview. That car in front of the Riverview sign is the 55 Chevy convertible here we just talked about. And then when you spin around, there's a 69 Chevelle. There again, that's a very unusual car. That's a original color Everything about that car is stock original, and it's a 396 big block with automatic, power steering, power brakes, factory air conditioning, and it's a factory original Super Sport. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the things that you folks have that you cherish, that you feel like you have a romance with, the same way I feel with my cars, and I'm going to be really interested to see some of the vehicles that you share with your friends and with the rest of us. So, again, thank you very much. And Tony, do you have anything to say?
We want to thank Karl again for giving us a very close up and personal view of a lot of his cars, a lot of the things that he has a lot of love for, a lot of passion for, and a lot of things that we built right at Karl Kustoms. So, we thank you guys for tuning in. Obviously, next month, we've canceled summer nights, and so we're going to do this again. Karl has a few more things out here in a different garage right across the way that we're going to share with you. So if you liked what you saw tonight, tune in with us here in a few weeks, and we're going to share some more of those things and more of Karl's love for vehicles, love for hot rods right here on our website next month. Thanks again, guys.
Wow, that blows me away. All those cars, those builds are perfect. It shows you why Karl's a staple in the community. His passion, his attention to detail when it comes to cars is second to none.
At Casey's, we're here for our town, now more than ever, which is why we're here with the made-from-scratch pizza you love, and here for the folks working hard to keep things running smoothly. Because even in these uncertain times, one thing never changes. We're all here, in this together. Now get 2 large single-topping pizzas for just $9.99 each. Casey's, here for our community, here for good.
Now we turn our attention to you guys out there. Since we've all been stuck at home with work, school, and kids, we gave you some coloring pages to kind of kill some time and have a little fun. We picked out our favorites and we put them on the screen for you to vote for at home. You should be prompted to make your choice, and we'll let you know in the chat who's won later on in the show. They'll walk away with an awesome Karl Kustoms prize pack. Check this out. How awesome is this car? A 2019 Camaro SS. This is one of the latest builds from Karl Kustoms. Now, Clint and Tony are going to take it out and tell us more about it.
Thanks, Danger. We're here in the latest custom build from Karl Kustoms. We built this car to take to all events around the area, car shows, and do different things to really showcase what we can do at Karl Kustoms and the talent that we have in our shop.
So let's take this thing for a spin.
Sounds great.
So basically this thing started off as a 2019 SS Camaro. It's shock yellow. First thing the guys did was take the engine out and put in a late model engine's 416. So we started with a different power plant. And then that's coupled with Huron Speed twin turbo kit. So this thing, really gets down. Another thing we did was we worked with Frankenstein. We got some ported cylinder heads, a different intake. So we really livened up the engine so it could handle all this power.
So tell me, did we lower this car at all? Seems like it sits a little different.
Yeah, so this thing's lowered 1.5 inches. It's on weld wheels. As you can probably see, it's got a more drag race stance to it. You can really, check the stance out when you see it going down the road. You can tell this thing's meant to go.
It sounds pretty healthy, but this interior, man, this looks awesome. This is mean, it looks just like the exterior of the car. I think we did a little bit here too, didn't we?
Yeah, so this came stock with the all black interior. Our guys in the custom shop, our gentleman in the upholstery shop, he added a little of his own spice to it. So we had these seat covers made with custom paint on the SS emblems, and then he did some little spots here and there, added that shock yellow color to really complement everything we have going on, so it doesn't it makes more sense.
And then looks like what I'm looking over here, we've got a different hood and a different spoiler system on this car. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so ACS Composites, they're a really good company. They've got some carbon fiber things you can add to your vehicle. So we did a new hood, front chin spoiler, we did a rear spoiler, and then we did side skirts as well. So, you know, it really gave it a different look that you wouldn't see on any other car around here.
I mean, this car's got a unique stance. It's got beautiful body lines, and with all the carbon fiber and that, that shot green, it just completely stands out against anything that I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's really good complementary combo. Like you said, that shot color, and then with the carbon fiber, it really pops. And then again with those weld wheels, it really looks good.
So if I wanted to do something like this or more to my vehicle, what would be the first thing that I would want to do?
So I guess what I'd want to have you do is just give our team a call over at Karl Kustoms, and we can walk you through all the different options. We built a lot of different things, whether it be mild or wild. As you can see, this is a 1,000 horsepower car, so if we can handle this, we can handle a cam upgrade or supercharger, things of that nature. These guys are really talented and they know what to do. We got a first-class tuner. He can make it, like I said, it's 1,000 horsepower, but we're driving it around like any other street car. So they do a really good job.
Yeah, well, and we're turning a few heads as we're doing it. So why don't we turn this thing off and let's see what this thing can really do.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much for joining us and being a part of this virtual Summer Nights, a first ever event for Karl Kustoms. We are going to do this coming up again in May, so make sure you keep an eye on our Facebook page for information on that. We cannot wait to be together again over at Karl Kustoms, but until then, we are going to leave you with some of the awesome projects and some of the latest things that have come out of the shop. Thanks for watching.